Today is 694 day that I'm here to let us learn. I'm learning. I hope this is to support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I want to speak about fear of starting a business. That is a legitimate fear. Most people have that fear, but only successful people does business anyways, despite that fear. So why are you afraid of failure? Because maybe you've seen as failure, because maybe you've attached identity as failure. But failure is just action, experience, not identity. So that means you need to always understand that failure is experience and be able to learn from it. And that means that we able to take advantage of failure. So today I will share 12 things that you will get out of failure. What happens when you fail a business? So what kind of return on failure, what kind of return on failed business do you have? There's a lot of benefits to fail a business, because a lot of times people are afraid of losing and failing a business without realizing how many great benefits coming out of it. Now, of course, everyone wants to succeed in business. That's great. But there's so many businesses that fail, but people who understand that failure is just part of the journey because they learn so much, those people are able to move forward and achieve great things because they don't attach failure to their identity. They just see as a lesson. So let's get started. So first one is that easy to understand. First is learning experience. So when you fail a business, what happens? You learn a lot of things. Now, of course, you need to ask right questions. So who was responsible for it? Understanding what happened, what you could potentially do differently, and how you could do differently. So that means every single time when you're able to reflect on what happened and what you could do differently next time if you pursue some kind of business, that means that you will learn. You get better. So learning experience is essential when you fail at business. Or even succeed in business, you will get a lot of learning experience. Number 2 is resilience and adaptability. Now, if you have a positive outlook on failure, that will expand your resilience and adaptability. Now, because, of course, if you didn't give up right away, if you tried to do your best to fix the business, to pivot, adapt, move forward, and at the end of the day you still failed, that will build a lot of resilience and adaptability. That's very important, because if you really want to succeed in life, resilience is very important. Now, I understand that sometimes resilience is not enough. A lot of business fails not just for execution, lack of execution, but for external reasons as well. So you do not have 100% control of what's going on in the business. Of course, it's 90%, 80% of what happens in business is your responsibility, your fault, but life is life. You never know what happens. So that means you need to build resilience and adaptability to be able to pivot and move forward. Number 3 is networking and relationships. Networking and relationships. That means when you build a business, you need to have stakeholders, vendors, suppliers, clients, investors. There's so many different people are included in starting a business that you will have so many new connections coming in. So when you start next time, you don't need to start from scratch. Now you have an investor list, you have vendor list, you have people list. Like there's so many things that you already have. So that means it's very powerful to understand that when you want to start a second business, you have all the list of people that potentially helped you a lot. So it's very, very powerful to understand that failed business will put you ahead of most people who didn't start it. So that means that a person who already failed a business most likely will be much better than a person who never started a business. Number 5 is financial knowledge. Number four is reputation and branding. So that means that when you pursue the business, you're able to build your brand's reputation. So how you build a business, how you execute. So that means if you failed, but you showed how hard you work, how you persevere, how big the perseverance skill you have, and how you build the business in the first place, people will love the way how you do the business, and they will want to do business with you anyways. Because everyone understands that in business, there's a lot of things could go wrong, and it's not because of you that the business failed. That's why reputation and branding is so important, that even though that you failed, you didn't quit easily. You pursue the things. You build your business with the values. And of course, when you build a business with an infinity mindset, you will have a good reputation and branding. And of course, it will be easier to build and get clients in the future. Number 5 is financial knowledge. So that means that if you want to start a business, a lot of times you will need to do a lot of things by yourself. So that means you will need to wear multiple hats at the same time when you start a startup. So you need to be understanding the marketing, finances, like accounting, and a lot of things, just a little bit, just to have a grasp of it when you need to hire someone else for to do those things. So financial knowledge will be one of the most important parts to really understand, because only finance will allow you to really build the cash flow that you're able to survive, strive, and move forward and scale. Now, because 90% of business fail because of cash flow problems, now you will understand financial knowledge even more. Number 6 is more clear goals. So that means that you had goals set for yourself. Now, because of those experiences, your life experience and rejection and multiple rejections, now you will know more about yourself. You will be self-aware, and because of self-awareness, you will be much more clear what exactly do you want. What are exactly goals that you want to achieve? So, of course, that is very, very well. One of the most important things in life is self-awareness. So, experiences that give you clarity is super essential in life. Number 7 is investor and lender trust. Investor and lender trust. Investors love people who have failed. For, of course, they look into why you failed. But a lot of times people who see that someone tried, did their best, they executed, they did everything right, but the business failed. Now it will build huge trust from investor and lender, because they know that that person learned the lesson that's necessary to build a business. Next time he will pursue the business, he will have more capacity to do that. Because, as I mentioned in a bit before, they have more knowledge, more branding, more reputation, more trust from other people. So it will be easier for them to build a business. So investors and lenders have more trust with the person who failed the business rather than who never started. Number 8 is market insights. That means that when you build a business, you are in the market and you research and work and grow and understand, and you will have inside information rather than a person who just Googled it. Now you have much more insights than anyone else. And of course, those insights are very, very powerful, and you are able to teach other people, and at the same time, don't use those insights that you learn for the next venture. Number 9 is personal growth. That is one of the most important parts as well, that if you want to become the person of value, of morals, of ethics, and really become the best version of you, that means really grow into the person that you want to become, and skills and values and everything in between, and confidence. That means that failing a business will check your foundation, who you are as a person, and that means that you will allow you to expand your horizons, expand your box, expand your comfort zone, and that, of course, is a personal growth. That's a beautiful thing that you're able to get from failed business. Number 10 is new opportunities. New opportunities. That means that when you fail, but you did all the best, people will see what you did, and they will ask you, do you want to join new opportunities? So that means new opportunities, new doors will open up for you. It might be that new doors open up for you because you created something new, or it might be that some other people will offer you to join to their opportunities. So that means that there will be much more doors that you will be able to choose from. But now, because you're much more clear on your goals, you will be able to choose which doors are aligning with you the best. Number 11 is risk management tools. So that means that it might be that you over-risk yourself, and that's why you fail, because you are not able to do fulfillment in your business. You maybe you didn't manage your cash flow very well. Like, you are able to look into what the risks you didn't mitigate. And that means that next time you will see, okay, I learned the lesson, I failed this because of this. Now I'm able to mitigate that risk, and I'm not able to fall down because of that. So that means that you will be much better in risk management tools than before. Risk management skills is very, very essential in really starting a business, understanding what works, what doesn't work, and what you're able to put in place to prevent risks. And number 12 is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. Understanding of yourself, understanding of other people, being able to really be self-aware. This is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And emotional intelligence is allowing you to connect with different people, because when you start a business, you need to connect with different kind of people, and that will build emotional intelligence. Because majority of people understand that in a business owner needs to have more emotional intelligence than IQ, because most people who are amazing business owners, not every single person has IQ, but what is important for a business owner is EQ, that means emotional intelligence. And every time when you fail something, especially a business, you build an emotional intelligence, because you're able to reflect on your mistakes, on yourself, what you did right, what you did wrong, what you need to change, your goals, everything in between. And that allows to understand yourself better, and at the same time understand others better. And of course, that will allow you to scale next opportunity, next business to the new levels. So if you think about, I just finished 12 things that you really learn and get better because of failed business. And that those are the return on failure, return on failed business. And of course, there's more things that you get after the failed business. And I think that a lot of times when you really look into advantages and disadvantages of starting a business, I think a lot of times people do not put all those things into what happens if they fail. Because, what happens if I fail? Oh, I lost a lot of money. But when you really compare that lost money with all the things that you are getting out of it, you could potentially start to see that it's a huge investment in your personal growth, in your future business. Because if you failed and you lost $100,000, but now you get a huge list of investors, huge list of future benefits, you got more clarity about your goals, you got more confidence, and everything in between. That means that $100,000 for all those benefits. Sometimes it doesn't seem that much, because in the future, second business that you will start, if you will start, it might be that it will bring hundreds of millions because of the lessons that you learn from the first business. I'm a huge believer in business. I truly believe that every single person is supposed to try a business, because that will grow them into different kind of person. Now, I don't say that every single person needs to build a business, but I just have my belief that every single person is supposed to do something, just a small thing, that they could really understand how to do something for yourself, not just waiting for someone else to drop the job. Maybe I'm wrong, but I truly believe that every single person is supposed to try it, just to understand what it means. And people who really are business owners spend a lot of time to create something meaningful, not just for themselves, but for other people. So if you are afraid, exactly like me, I'm not any different, to start a business, I think that we always need to understand that there is much more risky not to take action at all than really taking action, moving forward, starting a business, and really getting something out of it. You succeed or fail, you still succeed at the end of the day, because you learn a lot of things. So I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.